What's going on, everybody? MrHappyDrew with the Hardcore Decor episode. Today, we're going to expand out our uh, deck. I don't know what you call this. Foundation of the entire area where our village is going to be at. Our fishing village is going to be at. I'm going to mark off basically where this is all the way around the outside. That'll be precisely where I can put the farthest spots of their beds, the farthest spots of their workstations, but not the farthest I can build. So I could still build large buildings, but just have their work areas or sleeping areas closer to like the front of those buildings, if that makes sense. So I'm going to mark out where this entire village like blueprint can be at, and then I'm going to kind of try to figure out uh what buildings I want here. What additional buildings am I going to put in the village? I know for certain there's going to be fishermen, duh, because it's a fishing village. So what else are we going to put in the village? I'm not quite sure. Maybe, definitely leather workers, because you need clothing. So what else do we need here? Tool makers to make those various tools you need for daily life. Do you need an armor smith? Need clothes, I guess. Clothes could be an armor smith, but a leather worker is more of an arm for clothing, so I don't know if armor is really something we want to do. So I'm gonna give this a couple thoughts here about the what we're going to be doing, and then I will meet up with you guys in a few minutes with this whole thing. Basically, a giant brown square with some torches on it, and then we're gonna come up with what a game plan for what we're going to be. The different kinds of builds we're going to put in this sucker. So I will meet up with you guys in a few minutes, and see you soon. Welcome back, welcome back. We're here at our fishing village, of course. We're putting down the platforms, about to fill everything in here in just a second here, but I was over in this corner over here, placing down a few blocks near the temple, and I got the mining fatigue debuff, and a couple of these Elder Guardians over here near this corner right here. As you can see, I kind of marked off all the corners with dirt. And the area itself is 100 by 100 by 100, of course, blocks in between, so a couple thousand blocks squared. Um, and I wasn't expecting it to be so close to get the mine debuff, so I might have to conquer that temple sooner than I thought I was going to have to, which is kind of a bummer if I want to build in that area. So I'm going to go get myself some more milk, and then I'm going to start filling in all of these gaps here, and I will be back with a finished build. So I'll meet up with you guys shortly. Not finished build, but like finished deck. What do I call this? Deck, harbor, flooring. I'm not exactly what. Oh, and a traveling merchant just got there. Oh, interesting. So we'll go take a look at that traveling merchant in just a second. Once I get some more milk, I will meet up with you guys in just a moment. See you soon. We're back, guys. The traveling merchants got some pretty terrible trades. Orange tulip, red sand, and packed ice, to say a few. And it's, I mean, why would I want to buy these items from him for emeralds? I don't get. And why would I want to sell this or this item? Red sand or packed ice are very valuable in my eyes. And then the orange tulip is a meh. It's a meh thing. But yeah. So that's our little merchant there. I did get some more milk for our buckets to remove the mining fatigue. And yeah, I'm gonna go finish the deck. What do I call this? I still don't understand. I understand what I'm doing. I just don't understand what to call it. So if you guys have a good idea what to call the flooring of a village, what is this? Dock? But the whole village is a dock. I don't. I'm gonna look for the term. Not gonna look it up, but I'm gonna like think about the term while I'm building. Anyways, I'll see you guys in just a minute. See you soon. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. We have our very first villager raid, and I don't know why they're raiding us here. I assume that this raid is meant for this town that's over there, or they might just be raiding near me, the player. I'm not quite sure how this works. I was uh it's about to be nighttime again, but I saw them spawn in on that platform, and then they kind of just walked off the platform to either side and just fell into the water. Now they're aiming at me because I guess got close to them a few minutes ago. But yeah, I've been filling in the deck. I don't know what to call it. Whatever this is, the flooring for the village. I got all of that side done. I set up another wood thing for some more dark oak because this is the rest of the dark oak that we have after a full single chest of dark oak, just logs. I mean, it's crazy. This is our fourth axe I've gone through now. I mean, this is the fourth axe. I've got three axes in the chest over there at our little mini base. Right over yonder, you can kind of see over there. And I think that the first thing I'm going to build, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think the first thing I'm going to build is like an enchantment area or maybe an AFK fishing area to get XP. I'm not sure what kind of like XP farms I want to go with for this world, but I do know I want to upgrade my armor, even though I do like the Step Strider 2 on my golden boots here. These boots are getting fairly low, so I might, in the next couple minutes after I finish putting down the flooring, build out the build like an area or like a structure for an enchanted room or an AFK fishing area. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what I'm feeling like when I get to that point. So I'll see you guys in just a minute after I fill in the rest of this deck. See you soon here. Alright guys, and we are back. We are on top of the well, looking down on the entire area in which we can place the beds or workstations of our villagers. Now this isn't as how large the village is going to be, this is just the available working area I'm going to have so they can be able to see the bell and their beds at the same time, or their workstations at the same time. So, this is quite a large area that I have right here. And I noticed something when I was coming up here just now. And that's that this very tippy top of the roof isn't spawn proof. So we're going to take care of that here in a minute. Actually, let's go take care of it right now. Because I hate for like a creeper to spawn down here and then blow everything up. So let's go to sleep here. Oh, no. Let's go sleep here. So I really like this area. I think the very first thing that I should get sorted before my gear, while I'm sorting my gear out, is... Alright, so this is sort of my priority list. I'm going to turn the music off for a second so you can kind of hear this. I don't have a reliable food source. Like, I've got these are for emergency. If I fall in the lava, I eat one, and then hopefully I live. It's already worked once. I didn't have it on camera, but sand. I was mining a stone. There was a stand underneath it, and all the sand fell on top of me and pushed me into lava. And thankfully, I had this golden. I went to one, ate the golden apple, and was able to heal enough through it, and I didn't have any water buckets or anything on me, so I was unable to put out the fire. But since then, I'd been walking around with a bucket of water down there, in case that happens. But yeah, so the one golden apple has saved my life so far, down in the mines. So I'm gonna, cap off this with the slabs on top of this so nothing can spawn up here. But I think around the very first things I want to accomplish right now is I think we need food and enchantments on our armor. And that's going to take a little bit of thought. Like, what do I want my main food source to be? Do I want it to be golden carrots? If I want it to be golden carrots, I'll have to build a gold farm. And that means getting above the nether. Most likely. I don't know how gold farms are made in 1.16. Uh, is uh, is it going to be like just get a whole bunch of cows, and I'm just going to break this down by the way. Is it mean getting a whole bunch of cows together and then we just just make a simple cow farm where they just auto kill themselves, or what should I do here? I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna give it some thought while I'm collecting my things here, and I'll be back in just a minute with my decision. I will see you guys shortly. See you soon. Welcome back, everybody. I had a little bit of a mishap slash adventure since the last time I saw you guys, so I'm just going to kind of explain to you a little bit. I ran completely out of food, and when I say completely out of food, I only had like one carrot, one potato left. I didn't want to eat those because I knew I needed them to plant to get, you know, in case I wanted more crops later on for some reason. So I looked in the water in the ocean over there for fish. I didn't see any fish around. I didn't have the forethought to build like a fishing rod to catch some fish. So, and I'm talking about when I ran out of food, I was at 3 or 4 hunger bars left when I realized that whatever the hunger bar is, that you can't sprint anymore because I couldn't sprint anymore. And then I looked at my inventory for food. I'm like, oh, I don't have any food on me. Let me go get some food out of my chest. And I looked at all my chests. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any food. That's weird. Look for fish. I didn't see any. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to panic. So like I got down to like 3 hunger bars or 2 hunger bars left. And I was like walking slowly on this path over here to the main lane looking for like chickens or anything else. I couldn't find any. Panicking still. I couldn't find any pigs, no cows, no nothing. I just found horses. Horses you can't eat. You just get leather out of them. So I walked all the way over to the farm over the village over there. I think I had one food bar left by the time I got over there. I I punched their hay bales down, made bread, and this is the bread I have on me right now cuz from those hay bales. And I was like, I need this food situation under control. So what I did was I Googled AFK fish farms. They've been nerfed since the last time I played the game severely, so it's not even worth going for basically. And it was kind of sad. So I came back, I planted my couple seeds I had, and my wood potato, my one carrot, and have a full farm coming up right now. And I was like, I don't want to I don't want vegetables as my food source. I want meat. Because father, I crave violence, and I need because the meat has the better saturation. I don't want golden carrots because every time I play Minecraft, I end up making a gold farm, and I don't want to make a gold farm. It's just not something I'm into right now. So I'm not going to be doing it. At least in this world right now, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. I made some planning over there with those blocks. I'll tell you about them in just a second. But yeah, so I did some more googling, and I let me get a drink here because I'm a little thirsty. Some tea. Gotta love that tea. All right, so I got the. I lost my train of thought while I was drinking my tea. So good, so delicious. So I googled like what's the best food farm for 116, and the answer I got was Hoglan's. Hoglan's is the best food farm because it gives you meat, which gives you good saturation and fills up your hunger bar pretty well. It gives you leather, which is a good resource to have. So I'm like, oh, leather and meat. I like, how many can you get per hour? And like some sort of like crazy farm built above the nether, you can get 1,000,000 items per hour from them. I mean, I'm not interested in 1,000,000 items per hour. I'm just one pro. I'm just one bro. I don't think I'm gonna eat that much pork. But I think if I just scale down that farm into like a one layer modular, probably, smaller farm, I could probably get that down to just one farm. And I think that's what we're gonna. I mean, like even 20,000 items an hour is way too many items for what I want. So we'll just scale that down. AFK it overnight. We'll have all the food and leather that we'll ever use. We'll probably just destroy those nether portals or something, or get rid of them because I don't want somewhere in my world just constantly loading items. It doesn't. That's not interesting to me. So where our food problem will be solved in the next couple of days. We'll worry about that then. I'll explain that those blocks there in a second here. So I'm going to explain kind of my villagers. Sorry, this is a little bit long, but I kind of want to explain my thought process and what I've been going through here. Mr. Amadorn told me on a comment in my last video about having a gold piece of armor on. whenever you go into the nether, and luckily I had a gold piece of armor on when I went into the nether, or those hoglins would have attacked me, which would have been terrible. So thank you for the comment, letting me know about the chests and the golden armor. Really good information. I did do a little bit of research on like the different biomes of the nether. I don't quite understand all of them, but I kind of got the gist, I guess. I'm not, again, I'm not 100% on it. Let's cook this up while we're talking now. So, yeah, so let's go over our farms, like the farms with our villagers we're going to be having here. So the first villager we're going to have is going to be the cartographer. And the reason being is because on this side of the fishing village, I'm not sure if it's going to be over there next to temple, so most likely on this side or in the middle here, we're going to be having docks coming down off of this, and where it's going to have like a couple ships sitting here, maybe a ship in the distance coming towards us, and maybe one at the dock or something, or going away. We're going to build a ship or two in this area, or in this area, going that way. And those ship captains are going to need cartographer maps to find out, like, if they want to go over to those. So they'll go, hey, I don't have a map for that ocean over there. Do you have a map for me, cartographer? They're like, yeah, sure, a couple emeralds. Here you go. So that's where we have a cartographer in the fishing village. Makes sense. It makes sense to me. So there we go. Clerics, no brainer. You need someone to heal you, know about diseases, know about like various like religious ceremonies. Clerics make sense. So cleric is a no-brainer inside of a fishing village. Fishermen, you can't have a fishing village without fishermen. Duh. Oops. So that's a no-brainer. Fletcher. So this right here is the only like combat-oriented profession that I'm having in the village, and here's the reason why. My logic. I don't like armor. Armor doesn't make sense to me for like a village, and neither do weaponsmiths. And here is the reason why. If every time it turned nighttime, bad creatures came out of the ground, like zombies and skeletons and creepers, oh my, came out, or these giant sky monsters appeared overhead and start swooping down to attack you, you wouldn't go running up to them with a sword or an axe with armor on attacking them. No, you would build walls and you would get bows and arrows and you would shoot them. In real life, if there was a zombie apocalypse, people would shoot them with guns. Like, The Walking Dead doesn't make sense because they would just shoot him in the head with guns. I mean, it's over. There you go. I mean, not to harp on Walking Dead stuff, but yeah. So Fletcher, 100% makes sense to me in this sort of scenario for this village. Leatherworker and shepherd makes sense for textiles, for like clothing, or not necessarily armor, but for like what you're gonna wear. You don't want to walk around naked. You want like blinds in your house, or like curtains, or you want like you know, clothing in general. So textiles make sense. Librarian. So librarian sort of doesn't make sense if you think about this in a medieval fashion. But if you think about this in like a fantasy medieval, it makes a little more sense because librarians are teaching everybody how to do their jobs a little bit better, and they're also going to give you entertainment in the form of books, so you can be able to, you know, when you're done working and you're not, spending time with your family, you have time to relax, and librarians will give you that ability to read and do whatever. Carpenters and masons, as because I figured this would be kind of like the worker class, the workers of the area would be like the people who like maintain and build all the structures around. So masons make sense. Shepherds are the textiles, and to explain that, and then we have the toolsmiths making all the tools for everybody's various professions, and for your day-to-day life, like your cutlery, like your fork and knife when you're eating food, like your whatever you need tool wise. They're your men, the toolmen, the toolsmiths, or tool ladies, or whatever you want to call them. I don't think there's any women villagers. They're kind of they're like genderless, aren't they? They're just nah. So whatever they. Oh no, witches are female, so they do have genders. So I don't know exactly. So anyways, that your toolsmith. that's our guy. So this is what 9 villages we're having. I think there's a couple more. There's a lot more villagers than what we're gonna have in our village, but this is the villagers we're gonna have in our this one. Ooh, that's a lot of talking. Ooh. I need like something for my jaw after all this talking. Anyway, so we're gonna head over here. I've decided that the first building we're gonna build, other than this one, first profession to a villager we're gonna build is gonna be a library. It's gonna be right here. And it's not going to be like the whole structure on top of this. And it's not going to be the whole structure on top of this like platform of dirt right here. It's going to be a mixture of both. Because the villagers can only go see as far as this wooden platform. So I'm going to have it like come out to like, I want to say here maybe, like this section right here, like these torch line right here. And then like cuts back and then maybe across right here and goes up. So the villagers can kind of roam around inside the library, the front entrance area, and still see all the everything else inside the thing. But there'll be further. The library will go further, more blocks into, I'll just say, the void of the area over here. So we'll have a structure kind of sticking off the side of the thing here, and it'll kind of give our village more shape. That's what I just explained to you is stuff more will become more apparent once I start building. So we'll get to that next episode. And the food problem is sort of being solved right now with these carrots and potatoes that I'm planting right now. So we have our food shortage under control, hopefully, for right now. And we'll not have to worry about it for at least a couple episodes before we start making that Hoglin farm. And I think I'm going to call the episode here for today. I didn't really accomplish much, and I've been talking a lot during it. But I did get the deck all figured out here. I'm going to probably rip this up whenever we get... I'm kind of keeping all this right here for now until after I build the library and maybe make a player home for myself somewhere, and then that's going to be just our house. And we're going to put like a metal door on it so no villagers can get inside of it. And then like chests and what have you in a bed. So maybe not a bed. Nah, a bed in there. But when villagers get here, we'll remove the bed and any like sort of workstations that they might want to run towards. We'll remove it out of there. So anyways, I'm going to call the episode here for the day. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day or night, and ta-ta for now. We'll see you next time. And we'll, see you next time. See you soon.